All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you made, would you make them again?
All the choices you made, would you make them again?
Choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again?
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the ALG Masters League Grand Finals. And unfortunately, there have been a few technical difficulties that we have already had to deal with starting off in the Grand Finals day number 2, and it sucks. It absolutely does for everybody involved. We want this production to be on point, and we're continuing to troubleshoot all those issues that we're having. But apart from those issues, the technical difficulty issues, we're also having to look forward to this match where hopefully ADS Gaming can look to fix some of the issues they had shown yesterday. Right, Connie?
Absolutely. But then again, Chase, to really overall recap what happened yesterday, it was a 3-0 win to Team Violence. Quite surprising considering that ADS still remain undefeated in the S&D, but Violence in the respawn looked like a different beast. Chase, in my opinion, it really is going to have to be a whitewash for ADS. They need to really reevaluate, get their strategies together, and really think through what happened yesterday because they can definitely come back and bounce back. But, looking at it from a logistical standpoint, we're going to need to see some serious improvements.
Yeah, improvements are going to be something that we have to see on the board. Whether or not they decide to still continue to field Dawn in replacement of Llama, that's going to be, a big one. I know both me and you are massive supporters of Llama. We also called him Laminizi before in the past, and he's told us time and time to correct that one. And so we finally had coming into grand finals, and unfortunately his presence just is not there. And we both believe ADS Gaming is missing it. Unfortunately, that's the case. They're playing without him. I don't know what the reasons are, but if they have the opportunity to throw him in, they definitely need to, in my opinion, for today's match to keep them alive in the grand finals. Now, over on the side of Team Violence, who have been showing success all across the board, except for in that one search and destroy that you mentioned before, what do you think they need to do to keep that consistency and to get themselves that win today and win the entire league, Connie?
Well, taking from the interview yesterday of Alu, I think more or less their chemistry is there, their abilities there, their confidence and talents there. The only thing keeping it going forward is they need to find more reasoning to keep going because, they can win it off today. They can actually win the grand prize, that 1,000 USD today, right? That is in the back of their heads. They do not want to go to tomorrow, right? This is if your Team Violence. Because if you go to, a best of 3, more than likely you're going to lose it. Odds are going to be in favour of the people that come back most times, and ADS have got comeback ability. I mean, when you look at it from a standpoint of they are the best S&D team, that's being heavily emphasized right now. They only need to win one respawn realistically to actually take a series, And Chase, as far as closing things out, how would ADS realistically need to change their respawn up to close this one out?
Well, they're going to have to come up with a new plan this time around, not just for the fact that, they're approaching a team that they now know they're not going to be doing as strongly against in respawn, but this time around we are going to be seeing ourselves on a different domination map. In my opinion, and in your opinion earlier on, the swing map in this series that ADS Gaming really needs to win to partner with their Search and Destroy success. And that's going to be St. Petrograd this time around. Last time around we saw Gunrunner, Arklov Peak Gunrunner, and then we saw Hackney Yard, and then we would have saw a St. Petrograd final Search and Destroy. This time around it's a halfway through the board, it's a different story. And Connie, with this being a different sort of a map 3, map 4 situation, do you feel like that might maybe shift the tides into ADS Gaming's favor? Like it could potentially be, slightly something that they can see having a bit more of an opportunity to find success?
Potentially is the key word there, Chase. You have to remember, right? I have not seen much Petrograd throughout the whole of LG. I mean, I've only seen one Piccadilly, of course. Bear in mind one of the harder S&D maps. Petrograd's more or less been avoided at all costs. Maybe a hard point, but never seen much Petrograd Dom being played out. That's probably because it's the hardest Dom map really to get a grip of. Other than having a Hackney C or Hackney Bad side on either hard point or domination on that map, it's a completely different beast when it comes down to Petrograd. More complex map, lanes are a bit tighter, you're going to be dealing with a lot of sub pressure early on with the first hill, and as well as the actual flags, the ARs are more, relevant. I think, when you're looking at it with the quality these two teams possess and have put on display many times, we could have some seriously good maps here, I mean, the Gunrunner again, to open it up, I can realistically see Violence taking that again, unless ADS really have learned from this and, or they're lost in the first map.
Yeah.
Probably to sub someone in. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, hopefully that we do see a sub. And right now, I'm gonna be just breaking down the rosters right now. Looking at this one, it's gonna be what we see is August, G opposing Alu and Switch. So nothing changed on their board here for the side of Violence. But this time around, we are seeing a little bit of a difference here for ADS Gaming, and that's going to be a substitution here coming in for Hype. One of their, pun intended hype men on their squad, one of their 3 best performing players, in my opinion, and Connie maybe yours as well. Hype is going to be taking a back seat here, and instead we're going to see a new face for the entire league for the side of ADS Gaming, and that's going to be this player, unknown player. I'm not sure you're going to recognize the name, in Hakop, Hakop. So it's going to be interesting to see if this player is going to be a difference maker, or if this player is going to end up crumbling under the pressure of having to debut for this side in the grand finals. Especially when they're backed against the wall, they need to win this. Now, Connie, what is your take on a substitution this late on in the league and in the grand finals?
Pretty drastic, ballsy, almost stupid. I think as well, when you're looking into a grand finals for this much money, having someone try out is not the smartest of decisions, but there is method to madness, and ADS, of course, have lost the first series. So maybe there is a serious method to try and equate to how much madness is going on right now. But the madness that you need to really consider right now is the fact that we are going to be opening up with a gun and a hardpoint. We are going to be seeing these players go at it off the break, and knowing how Violence play this map in specifics, Chase, you're going to be seeing a lot of pressure early on, but initials, again, is where they struggle. You are seeing ADS getting a lot of initials, those first breaks, but Violence somehow take it back. So I'm not criticizing at all, because I am seeing, certain traits work, but it might not work this time, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, maybe or not. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But this is going to be the do or die moment. This is the action that is going to unfold, and this is the first map of the series in Gunrunner Hardpoint, Connie, and we're going to bring you guys the action right now, right this moment. And here it is, full screen for you folks.
Well, now, as we break it on in nicely, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some team kills happening very early on. I don't think one of the Violence players actually are in. I do believe we're going to start a little bit later than usual, but that's okay. With a lot of things going on right now, Violence just want to make sure everything's ready going into the second series. Now, obviously, very confusing, but nothing that we haven't seen before in ALG. It's just a little bit, drastic of action getting the grand final situation. Now, if you're looking more into this, we are going to be seeing more or less, as we rehashed earlier, we are going to be seeing more or less these two go at it again, with Violence having the 1-0 advantage. What this does mean, however, is that it does mean that we are going to be seeing a serious contender in ADS right now, trying to take, the series level. But they, of course, need to, make adjustments and change. As Chase mentioned, of course, they've brought a sub-player in. It is a very drastic move, but it is not something unusual to see. We are seeing a lot of players sub in and out and change around in this league. There's a lot of flexibility to that. But as far as the grand final goes, for $1,000, I usually want to try someone out. It's a bit ballsy, a bit, straight to the wall, a bit to the point, but nothing out of the way. And as far as it goes in the Gunrunner, very straightforward map. You are going to break it down even further now. We're going to be seeing more or less these two teams headbutt and try and get, that money hill sorted, that P2. That is really what swayed the tide in the first time when Violence went 30 points up, It was one up to P5 in the end from the second set of rotations, but we are nonetheless seeing Violence, do that quite often. They will not get an initial, but they will, rush a lane and smoke it out most times here and there. Now, Chase, are you there, baby?
Yeah.
Beautiful. My question for you right now, and this is an important one as far as ADS goes, right? From ADS's original team, including, Llama and co, right? How would you think this new team needs to differentiate from that? Because that team originally was so dominant leading up to now.
Well, from what I've heard, or at least what I've seen in chat, Llama made a massive difference, but his ability to be there today and yesterday, Without question, it's something the team is going to miss, and well, I believe misses. Me and you both miss that, and we hope him the best, whatever he's up to, and if he's recovering from any injuries or anything like that or situations. But at the moment, we are going to be loading back up into this map, and I think ADS Gaming, they really just need to have confidence in each other and play with trust in their teammates, as the action's going to be unfolding right now before your eyes, folks. As it's going to be ADS Gaming up against Team Violence. And this time around, the teams are going to be playing out, and they're not going to be deciding to have a restart. So here we go. Connie, give us some of the action. Tell us what's happening, and you know what? Hype everything up for us as well, because I feel like we need a little bit more of that.
Whilst we look at the nice little small screen in the corner, Violence really are bringing in the violence right now. We are going to be seeing a lot of contention right now as they're going to hold down their spawns and try to keep things locked into place. It's going to be switched right now again. The Star with the M4 on that Hackney last time out, trying to run it about and keep things going. But you know, this time again, it's not really going the way that we intended it to, because he is, of course, going to be running around with the MP5 and flipping out spawns. But, you know, the P1 is all about one thing in particular, and that one thing in particular is, of course, scrapping it and getting set up for that P2. You want to look in advance. You want to really see into the future when it comes to Gun Runner, because as far as things go, breaking it down realistically, you need to make sure that they are playing it correctly. Now, of course, you're going to be ADS Gaming on the other side. They're going to break Hill. What this does mean is that they're now going to have early setup for P2. They're going to have more time, more areas to set up and really take control, because Violence are a team that likes to really optimize on taking over and breaking down your control and making you make erratic plays, Chase.
Erratic indeed, as right now Alu is you know, splitting up that defense, as I want to make the reference to a sports analogy there, as ADS Gaming have to do all that they can to defend this point, almost like it's a goal in soccer right now. And so far they're doing really well when it comes to stopping these players, but you know, Alu's still a menace with whatever gun he has. It could be a submachine gun, it could be an AR, as he gets taken down by Dawn. His teammate's going to get in August. That's his duo that he shouted out multiple times last day, and yeah, he's going to go off now, and that's going to be the remainder of scrap time going the way of ADS Gaming. But Team Violence grabbing some time on that hill is really going to be super important for them moving into this next hill, and with feeling comfortable and not feeling like they really lost too much off that second hill on this map. As Connie, we're going to bring everybody over to this P number 3 over at Cole. Now, what's the most important stuff with this hill? How do you hold this one properly?
Many things. Utility's going to be a big one as well. The M4 behind this Cole here can actually take off a lot of pressure coming in from the spawn. But, you know, it really comes down to how well the team can pinch and sort of coordinate themselves. Comms have to be key here. Short and sweet. Nothing too long, because if a player dies and eradicates himself, it will not work out very well for his team. They'll be distracted, and they cannot, of course, find the necessary courage to eliminate the rest of, well, in this case, Violence. ADS are looking a little bit better, actually, looking more set up, more powerful. Violence actually are looking a little bit more on the back foot of things, you know, despite things seeming otherwise. However, Chase, the screen is actually a little bit smaller. Could you make it bigger for me, please?
Yes, the screen should be good.
Thank you very much. It's good now. Keep it there. Keep it nice and controlled. Beautiful stuff. Now, as far as things are going to be saying, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be, yes, Violence are down 20 points now. We're not used to seeing this. We are used to seeing them take over hills again. Chase, for some reason, this screen keeps them going from really big to really small. What is going on, brother?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck is happening. Give me a second.
There we go. Why don't you sort it out right now? I'll explain what's going on. Heading into the P4 now. Team Violence really needs to make sure things are going to be good here. Now, the spawns are coming in from Water Tower. ADS are going to go and push through the middle here. Red Dots are going to push up everywhere. But there's going to be M4 right now. August there finds one. Well, of course, see players behind him. As he turns on the second one. Beautiful shots here from them. Then he gets the third, but teammate there with the trade. Picking it up, keeping it sweet, simple, even snappy at times. But, you know, as far as things are going to be said, ADS Gaming are looking a little bit more composed in the middle here. Violence, though, really packing on pressure and really finding some life here in the second half of things, you know. Only, well, dare I say it, the point difference isn't even that bad. It's only around 10-20 points. Then again, ADS are, well, in other words, sort of a little bit better than what we saw yesterday. I think they've actually learned. I mean, Alu in the interview as well did highlight the fact that they are in fact, well, going to see a better match because ADS do improve, and we are seeing that now a little bit, Chase. No worries, I'll take care of you while she sort it all out. But as far as things are going to be said and done, ADS, Team Violence, heading into the P5. Very beautiful. Nothing too drastic at the moment. We are going to be seeing more or less an all-red kill feed. ADS Gaming finding some serious control here as they look to take the lead, which they probably have done by now. But Team Violence, again, do not really want to mess around. They want to keep things nice and controlled here. As we're on board with August right now, a lot of players across the board have not got many individual stat lines that really spike my interest. But as far as ADS, they do not want to let this lead slip. But as you can see, the spread outs of players is going to be them spawning out again. Violence playing for scraps. Not bad playing for scraps, every single time. But when it comes to the second portion of things, or near enough, if we even see a fair rotation of hills, scraps become essential, contests become essential, and this really is when you're going to be seeing the clutch plays. Finding things early on is definitely what Team Violence have done. But ADS have realised what their game is, and they're just sort of playing a little bit now. Once control's coming in, it's beautiful. But then again, the kill feed now a little bit split in the kill feed. We are going to be seeing more or less players trade each other out. No one's going to really touch this P1, but they are going to, of course, go line down their sights and watch plenty of crosses to make sure these players are keeping control. But there we have it. The screen is now back to full. I think Chase has actually fixed a lot of production issues. We apologise for that, but no need to worry. As now heading more into the gameplay, it's more or less going to be down to these players. Now, Chasey, are you there, my son? He's not there, but it's okay. He'll come back soon. As far as things and Violence and ADS, though, not much can be said. ADS, of course, keeping it nice around P2. Not really going to go ahead and take spawns out, but what Violence could do, get some scrap up here, try and build up the lead, or they can push through now as a team and try and break this setup here from ADS Gaming. It's going to be very difficult, though, because then again, P2 is not the easiest thing in the world to break. I would rather try and break a boulder than try and break this P2 if I would try and compare it. But then again, ADS don't tend to backfoot a little bit right now. But going high here, August will find one. Now, as he routes around the back, players from ADS have sunk him out and are going to take him down. But look at that, yellow dots are already swarming, and they all get eliminated right there as ADS wipe everyone from Violence off of P2. This means they're going to spawn out. More time is to go in favor of ADS Gaming. Violence looking a little bit shaken here, and they are not really keeping things tooth and nail. They more, in fact, are trying their hardest to get things going. But unfortunately, as the gameplay is going to cut and come back again, we are going to be seeing ADS Gaming lock it off there a little bit better. Now, as far as Violence, they are breaking in, contesting, and scrapping. Now, the lead is, for some reason, still in Violence's hands. Although you can't see it on the scoreboard because this game is broken a tad, Violence are leading by about 10 points, if not, give or take 8 points. We are going to be seeing that it's coming again. Now, we are seeing ADS up early for these P3s, but Violence always come in and break them. This must be a real confidence issue for them, because right now, we are going to be seeing Violence head first straight into this coal hill. Not very comfortable if you're going to be an ADS player, because August right now on a free spree, getting very, very shifty with the MP5 and the M4 in hand, but unfortunately, a man has come to meet his maker, and he dies there in cold blood. We are, however, going to be seeing the ADS Gaming spawn up in the preferable ADOM spawn, and even round through P5, Violence have to push through Carl. Not what you want to be seeing, but then again, ADS are now going to take the lead here and could actually break the 200-point mark. Now, what this means is that one hill is all it takes to win. And this takes a lot of pressure off you as a player, but Violence, again, playing for scraps and breaking. And Violence are breaking these hills like there is no tomorrow. But as far as it comes down to scrapping and really sorting out everything, I think, ADS are sort of keeping things nice, tooth and nail. But, with a 170 to 175 scoreline, we are going to be heading into a very, very close P4 and P5. Now, who's setting up for the P4 and P5? I'll tell you now. Team Violence themselves are going to be first on that hill. As ADS look to push through the side. Forest is going to be met with the makers. Now, Alu here trying to find a kill. Unfortunately, drops there like a sack of spuds. We are now, of course, going to be seeing ADS Gaming push round, but unfortunately, as they get wiped out, Violence are the last to control this hill, and it's going to be ADS spawning up. Now, this is dire right now. Well, not really dire as such, but ADS need a perfect P5 now if they really want to, contest and get this lead back. Or try and fight, but right now, Violence are getting aggressive. They're getting comfortable. This is their game plan. They're trying to push around and find players and take them out. Every 2, 3, or 4 piece, specifically, we're going to be seeing them coming in from Alu and Swish in this instance. They're really going to be, putting off pressure. They're just playing their jobs. They're just playing the jobs that they're required to do on the map at the time. ADS cannot seem to find any pressure. And as far as things are going to be said and done, it really is nothing out of the blue. But, ADS Gaming, Violence, two of the best teams right now fighting for this $1,000 coveted prize. it's going to be very tough for them to actually try and break through and find something good here. But P5 is to go into ADS's hands. Now, with them all in the lead right now, it's going to be G right here with the MP5 in hand to try and break down things. Oh, would you look at that? The screen is full again. Beautiful. Keep it there, keep it nice, and keep it suffice. As far as things are going to be said and done, though, violence, well, opposing right now, not doing too great. But with a minute in Hill, he is just got to sit down and really try and get something going. But, you know, we have seen this before. Now, we're going to be seeing AIM with a beautiful position up there on top of crates to really lock down these players and keep things going. But as far as we are going to be seeing the players themselves, we are now going to be looking more into violence. Keep it there, Chase. It looks beautiful. But try and change it over to ADS right now, as we are going to be seeing the new guy, a cop, is going to chill inside this hill on a little free sprint zone, 29-25. Not too bad, but when you're against Don and Naruto and AIM, you know, genuinely good players here, it's going to be team violence here that come in, you know, and try and win it. Unfortunately, ADS with the shock. They've won a respawn. 250 to 206. A beautiful performance coming in from them. And as that cuts out right there, out of there of the final play of the game, we are going to be seeing more or less some of the better half, or dare I say it, the better side of things. ADS have got to respawn now. What this means, again, with their undefeated S&D record, will they come through and win this series? I'm not too sure, but as we head to a very quick commercial break, things are going to lighten up for the side of ADS Gaming. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We're going to be heading into the S&D on the famed Arklov Peak. Now, unfortunately, I cannot see the actual gameplay at present. I can just see a black screen. But ADS, of course, are 1-0 up. This is going to be one thing right now. Violence have to try and climb a mountain here and defeat ADS in their own backyard. And S&D, undefeated, undisputed. Violence really need to get things going here. Now, as far as things are going to be said and done, whilst we are going to be sorting out the actual gameplay footage right now, we should predict one thing. It's going to be ADS's usual setup right now. They always tend to stick to the A-bomb. They always tend to dip around into trench. It definitely is favoured, but nobody really flanks from either side of things. And breaking down their actual in-game path, we cannot actually see anything on screen, just a black screen itself. But then again, ADS, when it comes to flanking and predicting violence in ADS, only send one flank on either way, so that gunfight really is crucial in depending upon, you know, who gets the first blood and who really trades out. Now, again, we are more or less sort of stuck in a really unfortunate circumstance right now with the technical difficulties. We can't actually get Call of Duty actually on right now. It is actually on. Everybody's in lobby and playing, but the window capture is not working. This is very unusual. It hasn't happened so far throughout the whole of the event. We do apologize, guys. This should get fixed shortly. But as far as that, I can't actually see what is going on. But no, we tried it again there. Gameplay is, in fact, stuck on a black screen. I'm not sure what this is or how it is going. But we more or less have no answer for this. We are stuck on black screen at the moment. We think this actually is a game issue right now. We think our production teams are actual observing tile. That is what the issue is. So whoever's observing this lobby right now with the actual game open is actually bugged in our stream settings. So we cannot, well, we can't actually see it because the game itself is actually dated and caused a technical error. That is what's happened right now with the actual thing, or so I'm hearing on onboarding. This is the issue. It's modern warfare. It's stroke again. Our observer's game is actually tabbing out because the Modern Warfare file is not responding to streamers OBS. It was working yesterday, so producer says, but right now it's not even doing anything. The game is running, the players in the lobby, they're actually playing out the game, but we can't see what's going on. This is what is going on right now. Let's keep you all informed. And right now, tabs on the score, ADS Gaming is winning 3-1. Unsurprised, and then again, ADS Gaming are still undefeated in the S&D. So we could see them go 2 up here. Realistically, we will see them go 2-0 up here. But definitely after this map is done, we're going to fix these issues right away. We're going to be definitely restarting everything, getting the stream to a T again, because this is so strange. I mean, as far as the game itself, it is not working. It's not responding to our streaming settings. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, perfect. The game is going to restart, so we can actually come in and see what's going on. If not restart, it will play it out, and map 3 will be completely fully streamed. That is what's going on right now. So unfortunate. Again, even for grand finals, we do apologize again for every single technical difficulty, but we are really trying here. It is not responding to either myself or the producer. It is just a really unfortunate thing. Okay, thank you. Perfect. More score updates. ADS Gaming are indeed up 5-1. Realistically, we're going to be soon closing out here and taking the series 2-0, but, you know, the reverse sweep is still potential, but last time this happened, it was, in fact, an ADS win, so keeping you all posted. Stay tuned still. Lovely as Team Violence bring a round back. Still 5-2. Of course, we have match point in favor of ADS Gaming. We can see the production. Chase, we can see the production. Beautiful stuff. Okay. We can see the production. Now we can't see the production. But now we can see production. I'm very confused as to what's going on right now. No, we can't see the game. I think your tab is open though. I can see your tab. Oh my god. Wow, I'm broken. No, they can't. Can indeed. And ADS Gaming have indeed closed out the series. We apologise for all technical difficulties throughout that entirety. Very, very, very unfortunate. But ADS have indeed won the map there 6-2 and lead 2-0 at the break. Only more map to actually win and close out the entirety of the series. But this is definitely a new issue that we haven't occurred before. We are having fire yesterday during our test runs. This, for some reason, has cropped up, and we need to actually reinstall all our games. Sorry, but just reconfigure it to the stream settings. It shouldn't take too long. But prematurely, we're going to restart the stream to